The thing that pushed me was the realization that I was not gonna see passion in my life through the work that I was doing. Just a kind of a realization that while the work is noble and it's good, it's on the right side, I think, of the issues, Meyer wasn't in it. It's a fantastic feeling of validation to be recognized by very powerful media players. You know, when someone is going to bring that much attention, it makes a lot of the struggle worthwhile. And the struggles, they don't stop necessarily, but it just gives you a reflection moment that you can go to for strength, energy, and I don't know, just the validation that you need in order to continue to believe in your business and your brand. Early on, when I first started K-Club, I was invited up to Food Network to be a guest on a show. But before that, they had me up just to talk to me, and they wanted to, you know, like, was I ever open to being on television? Didn't define any kind of capacity. And I was like, of course, you know, I'd love to. It'd be great. It'd be wonderful for the business, be fun, etc. You know, I was younger and didn't have any commitments really back then, so I was hopeful, but didn't really, you know, have any idea if something would pan out. I was lucky enough to get a call to audition, and you know, when it worked out, it did. I never was a theater person when I was, you know, younger. But I like public speaking. TV is not public speaking, but you know, I mean, it's something like that, and so I think that's why I was good enough on television to make it work. But it's a very different vibe, so it was a different experience, and I think I ended up like filming for TV was a way different experience than I anticipated. It's like exposure. I mean, it's great exposure to be on television, just because it's such a force magnifier of what your brand is. So many people watch it. I mean, being on television, I think, you know, usually can be only a good thing. If you're going to be, you know, if you end up being the sucker that the whole show is going against, then that's not good. But and you can't guarantee that that's going to happen, or that's not going to happen. But I mean, for me, I think it was a good thing, but it came with changes, you know. I mean, a lot of people who watched the show were interested and came by and were customers, but many of them were looking for products that we just didn't have. You know, when Sugar Rush came along, a lot of people came into the store who weren't necessarily familiar with Italian meringue buttercream versus traditional buttercream. And that took a lot of time to try to bring people up to speed, and it's continued to be one of those things where we're always seeing people serve cake at room temperature, you know. And you know, I don't know. It's like, I don't want to say that we tried to mainstream like things, but we just found that we were having to adjust to the influx of people that were outside of the core that we focused on, or at least had exposure to in the first couple of years of us being open. You know, a few people ask me about that, but it's not a thrill. I mean, it's not a good time when you have to close a business or close it down, but it's not as painful as maybe one might think. It's about realizing and recognizing what we're good at, what we want to continue with, and how we want to grow the business. And for me, I mean, Love Cafe was a great project while it was open, while we were going. It was a lot of fun, but it's like just as soon as I opened the business, I realized, oh my God, what have I done? You know, and the original concept for that was to open up a place where people could sit down and have a slice of cake with coffee. That was it, because at the first K-Club was so small, we had so many customers, like they were demanding a place to sit down. And it's a lot different to run a whole cafe than to just serve cake and coffee, because it takes on a life of its own. People want sandwiches, they want savory, then they want breakfast, and just things. And so I enjoyed it because it was something that pushed boundaries for me and gave me a great opportunity to meet a lot of people that I work with, that were customers. But it's not the sweet spot of what my business is about. And I wanted to and needed to focus on that in order to grow something that was going to be more meaningful for me.